Have your curls been feeling very dry and brittle and looking really frizzy lately? What's likely due to the change in seasons. And if you're like me and you live in the northern hemisphere, then it's probably getting very cold and maybe even very dry where you live. And most of us are inside all the time, and the heat is super drying for our hair and our skin. And then there's the occasional cold and rainy day, which then complicates things even more when you're dealing with cold and humidity. So what do you do with your curls? Well, in this video, I'm gonna walk you through a step-by-step wash day routine, and I'm going to address your concerns for both dry cold air and humid cold air and give you product recommendations for all of those different scenarios, including some drugstore options. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Gina, and here I make videos all about naturally curly hair, and I really like helping you problem solve. So if you're into that, then definitely subscribe if you haven't already. The first step is to pre-treat your hair with a little bit of oil. I like to detangle my hair while it's dry with oil. This is just to help prevent breakage. I do this in sections, but you'll definitely want to make sure that you use some sort of oil to help lubricate the hair and to help you better get through the tangles. And this is also going to prevent a ton of breakage and damage to your hair during the shampoo process. You can use any oil that you have, but I highly recommend one that contains coconut within the first couple of ingredients, because this is one of the few oils that has been proven to actually penetrate into the hair and help protect the hair from wash day damage. The Curlsmith Shine Oil is definitely one of my favorites because it soaks in really quickly, so if I'm in a hurry, I can put this in my hair and then hop in the shower. Ideally though, you want to let this sit and soak in. You can even apply this before bed, especially if you want to apply more oil to your hair, then you'll definitely want to let that soak in. I recommend just using a small amount though. You don't want to completely saturate your hair in oil to where it's drenched, because that's going to be really hard to shampoo out. You just want it to be shiny and feel soft. So the next step is to shampoo your hair. Now there's two different options that you can go with. You can do a regular shampoo. This is just your typical wash day, or you can go with a clarifying shampoo if you do have buildup on your hair. If your hair does have a lot of buildup, it might not be soaking in products, so it might not be absorbing your conditioners and your curl creams or your deep conditioners, any of those moisturizing products that your hair needs to prevent it from drying out. Buildup could be in the way, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you do a clarifying wash about once a month. If your hair has buildup, it might look very weighed down, it might be lacking shine, the curls might be very limp, and it might even have sort of like a producty, sticky feeling on it. So I currently don't need to clarify because I just clarified my last wash day, and I usually like to rotate, so I'm actually just going to be using one of my favorite, just regular shampoos. I'm using a shampoo from AG. This is their apple cider vinegar shampoo. This is one of my favorites because it's very effective at cleansing the hair. It doesn't leave behind a residue, but it's still very gentle on the hair, and it doesn't leave it feeling stripped. It has a very softening effect because of that apple cider vinegar that is in here. It helps to keep the pH down on your hair to keep it feeling soft, so that will help with very brittle hair. I love the conditioner that goes with this shampoo as well, but I'm actually going to be deep conditioning today, and I usually will skip conditioner if I am going to do a deep conditioning treatment. But when you're shampooing, you want to make sure that you fully cleanse your hair and take some time to really scrub your scalp, but make sure you're getting the top, make sure you're getting the bottom section and not skipping any areas, and then work that shampoo down the lengths of your hair. I wanted to provide some other options for each step that you can use at different price points. So another very gentle and moisturizing shampoo would be the Innersense Clarity Hairbath. This is a hypoallergenic shampoo. It's fragrance free, which is nice if you don't want something with fragrance. It's very gentle. You can definitely use this multiple times a week if you do wash more frequently, but it does give a very nice cleanse, and it has a great lather. Another option that's super moisturizing is the Curlsmith Frizz Control Cleanser. This is part of their new line. This is their Frizz line. It's a very gentle shampoo, but it's still very effective at cleansing. I think this does contain some oils in it. It has coconut butter, sunflower seed, black currant, argan oil, and watermelon seed oil to really help to smooth the cuticle and tame frizz, which is definitely essential when you're dealing with very dry hair. Then for a drugstore option, I'm sure you guys know the one I'm going to mention because I talk about this one all the time. This is the Umberto Giannini Curl Jelly Wash Curl Defining Shampoo. This is a very moisturizing shampoo, but still very effective, which is my favorite type of shampoo. I like to get a good lather. I want it to feel very clean when I'm done, but I don't want it to be too stripped when I'm doing a regular wash day. So this is definitely a really great option. option. And I love the conditioners that go with all of these, by the way. If you do want to order the pair, if you're going to get any of these shampoos, the conditioners work awesome as well. So after you finish shampooing, the next step would be to condition the hair. But as I mentioned, I'm going to be using a deep conditioner today. So I'm actually going to skip the conditioner. So I'm going to be using the deep conditioning mask from Jessicurl. This also comes in fragrance free, which is awesome. And this is a super rich hair mask. Like, it's very, very thick, so a little goes a long way. And I don't need a ton of moisture today, I feel like, so I'm going to use it pretty sparingly. So I'm just using like maybe a dime size amount on each side of my head. And I'm just focusing it on areas that are very dry. So any of the frizzy areas, which is usually the front section of my hair, the top section, and then I'm working the rest to the other side and then combing it through. And you can let this sit on your hair anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do about 10 minutes while I do my makeup and then fully rinse it out. But you do not wanna be skipping your conditioner, especially in the winter time, and you might wanna deep condition more frequently. I like to deep condition about once a week, but I would say if you don't have a lot of time, at least do once a month. It's totally worth the extra time. Even if you just use a deep conditioner for 5 minutes in the shower while you're shaving or doing other things, that's gonna make the world a difference in your curls. And you definitely have to be consistent with it to notice a big difference in your hair. Some other options that are even more lightweight, so if you do have fine hair or if you're worried about your hair getting weighed down, so I have the Curlsmith Hydro Cream Soothing Mask. This is one of my all-time favorite deep conditioners because it's so moisturizing yet very lightweight. So those of you with fine hair, this is going to be a great option. It's super moisturizing. It's part of the scalp recipe, so it's not going to weigh down your roots or anything like that. And it contains hyaluronic acid, which is a really strong humectant, so it's definitely going to help to moisturize your hair. That one is protein free, by the way. And if you want something with protein, I recommend the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. This is a very lightweight deep conditioner, but it's great for damaged hair. So if you have damaged hair that's very dry and brittle, maybe you color your hair or you have highlights, you'll definitely want to be using something like this that contains lots of protein ingredients to help strengthen it. I would use this maybe twice a month for damaged hair. I usually work this in about once a month in my routine. I'll just swap this out with my deep conditioner and it gives me a nice boost of protein. And I've never gotten like protein overload from this or anything. It's still very balanced. It has a lot of moisture in it as well, so it's not gonna make your hair feel brittle. A great drugstore option is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Bond Building Mask. This is such a good mask. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but this contains amino acids, which are supposed to be like the building blocks of protein. So it's not a full-on protein. So it's a good option for those of you who might have low porosity hair or your hair is not very damaged, but you still want some strengthening ingredients to prevent damage. This is definitely a good one. And if you have damaged hair as well, you can definitely use this. So this one's very moisturizing, great price from the drugstore. I love the Curl Talk line, and this bond building line is awesome, including the shampoo and the conditioner too. So the next step is to apply your styling products. So I like to apply my products on hair that is more on the damp side. I don't like it to be soaking, dripping wet. So I will usually towel dry my hair first by just drying my roots, and then I will mist the links of my hair with water. And that's a good balance for me to where it's evenly wet. It's not stringy or getting frizzy, but it's not completely drenched. If your hair is drenched, it's gonna take a lot longer for it to dry. You're just gonna dilute your products, and you don't wanna be walking around with wet hair all day, especially when it's really cold out. So for my styling products, I usually go with a curl cream and a gel as a good combo. So that's going to provide moisture from the curl cream and then hold from the gel. And today I wanted to go with something that is more lightweight and good for even people who have very fine hair and still going to be very moisturizing. So I'm using the Bouclème fragrance-free curl cream. This is a very lightweight curl cream. It still gives a lot of moisture to the hair and it's going to help smooth out the cuticle. So I'm just applying a small amount of this. You don't want to use too much curl cream if you still want to get pretty strong holds out of the gel that I'm going to show you. And I like to just comb this through to make sure it's evenly distributed. You don't want to have any dry, frizzy patches in your hair. So instead of showing you other curl cream options now, I'm going to wait and show you curl cream and gel options that pair really nicely together after we talk about the gel. For my gel, I'm using the Bouclème Super Hold Styler. This is a really good option for the fall and winter months because it's not super strong hold, even though I know the name says that. For me, I get more of a medium hold. but it's funny because the last time that I used this, I didn't use a curl cream underneath and I just used the foam and then this, and I actually got a much stronger hold. Whereas for this wash day, I used the cream and the gel and I definitely didn't have as much hold. So I think I actually prefer this by itself or just with the foam underneath. So if you are looking to get stronger hold, just use this as a single styler and it's gonna be so much better. So I typically go with stronger hold, especially in the summertime when I am dealing with humidity, but in the winter months, I can usually get away with a lot lighter hold, and I actually like that softer look. Sometimes in the winter, I get more fullness and more volume, and it doesn't look quite as crunchy. So sometimes I'll experiment more with lighter hold gels in this time of year if it's not super humid. So this contains chia seed extract, which is actually gonna help to smooth out the hair's cuticle and strengthen the hair. And it also contains linseed extract, which is the same as flaxseed, and that's going to also help with moisture retention. This is also really going to help with shine. I don't know about you all, but my hair looks so dull in the winter, especially when it's looking very dry. So those ingredients also help to add shine to the hair. So gel is actually one of the most important styling products to include in your routine because you need hold to lock in that moisture and also help your curls last longer. It's going to prevent frizz. You're not going to have to do as much refreshing, as you won't have to fool with trying to restyle your hair every day and dry it. So definitely incorporate a gel if you're not already. And you'll want to pick a gel that provides a protective film on the hair, which is sort of like a barrier to hold in that moisture and to help control the frizz, and also one that is very moisturizing. So there are 3 types of ingredients that I recommend looking out for in your styling gels in the winter months. The first one being film forming humectants. These are things like aloe, flaxseed, slippery elm. So these help to create that protective film on the hair to help with moisture retention and keep your curls from drying out throughout the week. You can also look for styling products that contain oils because oils also help to increase your moisture retention because they help to lock in moisture. And also using products that contain proteins and amino acids can also help with moisture retention. So now let's go over some of my favorite styling product combos for dry hair and in the winter months. The first one is a new combo that I recently discovered and I've been using a ton. It's the Curlsmith fragrance-free Shine Cream and the Curlsmith Shape Up Aqua Gel. So the Shine Cream is really great at adding shine. Like I actually noticed a difference when I use this. It's very moisturizing yet very lightweight, and it comes in fragrance-free, which is awesome. And then the Shape Up Aqua Gel is actually their lightest hold gel, but I've been getting a little bit stronger hold with this, and I definitely have to make sure I don't use anything too heavy underneath and apply it pretty thoroughly. But this has some proteins in it, making it a great option for improving your moisture retention. And it's very slippery and liquidy and very moisturizing as well. It has glycerin in it, but it's much lower on the list. Also, if you haven't seen my video from last winter on myth busting glycerin, definitely check it out because glycerin is not the enemy. It's not going to dry out your hair. Actually, whenever I don't use products with glycerin, my hair dries out by the end of the day. So I highly recommend keeping glycerin in your products, but this is lower on the list if that is something that you're looking to avoid. But this cream contains oils in it, which are going to help, again, keep that moisture in your hair. And then this has hold in it. And then this contains the proteins and it also provides hold, but it's definitely a flexible hold. Like you can get a lighter hold if you just don't apply as much. So this has been a great combo that I've been loving for this time of year. Another one is the Bounce Curl Avocado and Rose Oil Clump and Define Cream and the Ouidad Advanced Climate Control Stronger Hold Gel. So this is going to be a great option if you're dealing with humidity and cold air. So if it's a rainy winter day, this is definitely the one that you want to go with. Every time I use this combo, my curls last for days with barely any refreshing. So this contains lots of great oils. It's a medium weight curl cream, so it's great for all hair types. Gives a lot of moisture and it's not too heavy, and a little goes a long way with this. It actually really does help to clump the curls. And then this is my all-time favorite gel from Ouidad. This is their stronger hold version. Definitely make sure that you're getting this exact one that I will link for you down below, not the lighter hold option, but this is going to help humidity proof your curls. So many of you always ask me if I still use this in the winter, and yes, because it is very moisturizing. I've even used this by itself, even in the winter time, and my curls don't get dry. It contains shea butter and other ingredients that are very moisturizing for the hair, but yet it still gives you strong yet flexible hold. That's the key. That's what you want, is that flexibility in your styling products in the winter time. That way it doesn't feel as like brittle and dry. So this is definitely one of my all-time favorite product combos. For a drugstore option, this is a good alternative. So I have the Twist Weather Up Lotion and the Twist Weather Up Gel. So this is typically something I recommend in the summertime, but you can totally use these in the winter as well. You don't have to change up your products. If you are living in a cold, rainy environment, this is definitely the one you'll want to go with because it is going to humidity proof your curls, but both of these still provide a good amount of moisture to the hair. So when it comes to styling the curls, I definitely recommend using some type of styling technique if you want your curls to last longer. You all know that I'm a huge fan of brush styling. It really helps to clump the curls and it prevents that stringy look that I always get whenever I skip brush styling. But I've been trying to do less brush styling and I've been trying to not section my hair as much because I find that I get a lot more volume and fullness when I don't section, and I'm kind of tired of doing the exact same routine, so I wanted to switch it up here. So I'm just raking in my products and then doing just a little bit of brush styling in problem areas for me and around the top section, so that way I'm not brush styling my entire head, which leads to more definition, but that can also lead to less volume. So I've been doing this method for a couple weeks now, really been enjoying it, just kind of focusing on the face framing pieces, an area that I know tend to get very stringy, like around my face and in the top section. I also do a little bit of finger coiling, mainly around my face framing pieces and any baby hairs. That's just for stubborn curls that don't know which direction they want to go in and they need a little bit of encouraging. After I finish styling, I'm just micro plopping my hair, which is just where you take your hair towel and then scrunch your hair. This is really going to help speed up your dry time because, as I mentioned, you don't want to go around with soaking wet hair all day. So this is going to help soak up that excess water and product and really help the curls spring up. I also like to go in with an extra little layer of gel. This is gonna add so much more hold to the hair and tame any frizz that might have formed from micro plopping. Now I'm ready to diffuse and I'm using my Curlsmith Defrizzion hair dryer. I love this because of how large the diffuser head is. I don't have to spend a ton of time diffusing it, usually anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes and I'm good to go. Even if you only have 5 minutes to diffuse first and then finish air drying if you do have to run. But diffusing is going to help set your curl shape in place right away so it can't become super elongated or become frizzy, and it sets the gel cast right away, which is crucial, especially if you are dealing with a lot of dry air, if it's windy or even if it's humid. You can't be going around with your hair wet all day because that movement is just going to create so much friction and frizz in your hair, because when our hair is wet, that's when it's prone to getting disturbed and becoming very frizzy and becoming more elongated. So if you want volume, if you want to prevent frizz and you want to keep your curl shape intact and even enhance that curl shape, then definitely try diffusing. Highly recommend. Plus, if it's super cold out, no one wants to go around with their hair soaking wet all day. So once my hair is completely dry, I can actually scrunch out the crunch and kind of fluff out the roots. You'll want to make sure your hair is dry before you do this because it can cause frizz if you still have any damp areas. So I just make sure that my hands are dry when I'm touching my dry hair so I don't get any frizz, and I'm fluffing out my roots and scrunching out a little bit of the cast. There's really not a ton of a cast this time because, as I mentioned, since I used that curl cream underneath this gel, it definitely softened up the hold, whereas I got a lot more hold last time when I did use the curl cream. You can totally use the same oil that you use as a pre-shampoo treatment. So for me, that Curlsmith Shine Oil, I like to use this as well at the end of my routine to help lock in that moisture and also add lots of shine, but that step's totally optional. I don't always do it, but I do notice a difference when I do incorporate that step. So I definitely need to get used to doing that more. So these are my final results. It's definitely much softer and more of a full look and more of a natural look than I typically have because, as I mentioned, incorporating that curl cream for moisture definitely softened up my hold. I have just a little bit of frizz up here, but overall, I really like my results. I love having a softer look in the fall and the winter months. And let me know in the comments, do you all usually go with strong holds still in the winter months, or do you like to experiment more with a softer look too when it gets colder out? So I hope you found all of these different product recommendations helpful. I'm gonna link you to everything in the description box down below of where you can get all of these products. And I'm also gonna have a blog post that's summarizing all of the tips for winter hair care that I mentioned here in this video, including the product links, so that will also be linked down below. And if your hair is still super frizzy and you really cannot tame the frizz and you have dryness, then I recommend checking out the video that I will have linked right here on the screen. It's all about how to tame dry frizz. So we're specifically targeting frizz that's from dryness in this routine. You'll get to see some of my favorite products for taming frizz in that video. So I hope you find that helpful, and I will talk to you over there. Bye everyone.